Hello everybody, this is another one of the series makeups of my top favourites, and this time I'm going to be talking about foundations and bases. Now I've tried so many and it was really hard to whittle it down, and I couldn't just find 2 or 3. I've had to include quite a number of products, but they're all fantastic in different ways, so I'm just going to talk to you about them now. So I'll just empty my box. I'm going to start with, what shall I start with? I'll start with the Bushwire Healthy Mix Serum Foundation, which is currently on 3 for 2 at Boots and Superdrug, and it often is really. So I find it's good to buy 3 different shades and then just mix them, because your skin tone changes daily for different reasons. And yeah, so that's what I do. I have the last 3 shades, so I have 55 Dark Beige, 56 light bronze, and 58 dark bronze. I don't know why there isn't a 57. So the dark bronze is really good for if you spray tanned. Light bronze is usually what I wear every day, but then the dark beige for if I'm having quite pasty days. And this foundation, I can't rate it highly enough. So I need high coverage because I have a lot of blemishes, and I've got it on at the moment and it's covered all my blemishes. So I had a little one there and some on my cheeks and stuff, and it's completely covered it, yet it doesn't dry out your skin. It really does last 16 hours as it claims, probably even longer. And it just feels really good for your skin, like it's really nourishing, and it gives a glow, a really nice natural glow. Hopefully you can see, even though I'm not in the daylight. And it's just amazing. So the best foundation by far that I've tried, and it retails at about £6 or £7. What else do I recommend? I really like the MAC Studio Sculpt, and this is in NW40, and it's a really nice thick, again it's a gel foundation like the others, but this is more highly priced. So this is about, I think this might be £32 or £20, something like that. And this is much thicker coverage, so it smells very chemically actually. So it's much thicker than the Bushwire, and what I find is when I put this all over my face, I feel a little bit more caked. I do love it. I really love the finish and the coverage, which is why it's made my favourites box. The only downside of it is I can't seem to use this continually for a long time because it seems to break me out in spots. I can do sort of the alternate days, or I can do maybe 3 or 4 days, but then I need to stop because I tend to get spots with it. But that's the same for all MAC foundations for me. I don't know if anyone else is the same. It's a real shame because I love all their other products, but foundations seem to break me out. But it's still made the favourites box, if you like, because the coverage is great for me. Love it. A new favourite, which I've been talking about this to my friends and colleagues, is the Max Factor Face Affinity, and this is a 3-in-1 foundation. I wasn't initially drawn to this when I saw the adverts and read about it, but it was on a really good offer in Boots and I couldn't help myself. So it's got a primer, concealer and foundation in one. The bottle's a bit messy, sorry. That's the only thing, it's kind of, you get a lot of wastage with it, with the bottle. So it goes on very smooth, really nice, and then you sort of rub it in. Brilliant coverage, gets rid of all the spots and shadows and blemishes and everything, and it dries to a nice powdery finish. But the interesting thing about this is anything that's had like a powder in it or a primer before has really dried out my skin, but this doesn't. It's brilliant. I think it's about £10. Introductory offer, I think it's about £6. The only thing about this is the selection of shades is really poor. So this is the darkest they do, and this is shade Bronze 80, and I've put it on my hand there, and it's really light. It doesn't look it, but when it's on my face, my neck and my chest look much darker, and it's not great because then I have to put a lot of bronzer and everything on it. But when I'm having paler days, if I haven't fake tanned for a while, the colour is just right for me. And what I love about it is it's great for if you're in a rush. So in the morning, you can skip your primer. You definitely don't need concealer, which I was very surprised at. So I got a brush and I applied it all over, then a brush just to put a lot more under the eyes, and it got rid of all my dark circles. brilliant at concealing spots, so it really does what it says. It is great, it's just that the colour range isn't fantastic. Excuse me. What else have I got that I love? I've talked about this before. This is a Garnier roll-on for anti-dark circles, and it's fantastic. The best concealer I've tried for under eyes. Beats YSL, beats everything. It's about £10. Sometimes, actually quite often, Boots have an offer on where it's 2 for £12, so it's good to stock up. They launched with just one colour. Now I think there's about 5, from light, very light, medium, dark, very dark, whatever. And I did try the medium and dark, and they didn't do the same job. So I'm actually quite dark skinned. Well, I'm an NW14 MAC. Yeah, I find the lightest colour has the best effect. So I've already put some on, so just bear with me because I might be overloading it. But it goes on really, really cool, really, really soothing on the eye area. And what I love about it is it doesn't crease at all, and it doesn't set in your lines. So there's lots of concealers. So Boying by Benefit, adore that. The Healthy Mix concealer is brilliant as well. But I will find after about 3 or 4 hours, all my fine lines here, it sort of sits in them or dries them out and looks just grim, whereas this doesn't. In fact, if I'm ever feeling dry throughout the day, I just reapply it and it just brightens the whole eye area. Brilliant. Excuse the noises outside. I've got the window open and there's some random motorbike situation. Okay. Nearly finished on my favourite foundations. I told you there's too many to choose from. I love this. It's the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua, and I'd read about this and watched lots of blogs, and I was a little bit wary to try it because everyone said it was light coverage and I need heavy coverage, but it really isn't. It's great. It smells gorgeous. It smells like every other Chanel product and their skincare. I've got it in shade beige, I think. Yep, shade 50 beige. Perfect match for my skin. I love it. It's really, really watery. It goes on. Your skin feels really fresh and nourished and beautiful. But although it gives a gorgeous coverage, I still need that bit more. So I would never wear this on its own, unfortunately. I wish I could. I wish I had the skin to do that, but I haven't. But it gives a really beautiful, natural look. This is the nearest thing I've found to it looks like you haven't got any makeup on. So if you want the no makeup look, this is for you. And then they've brought out a compact version of this. So I find that this helps with the coverage. So it's a bit grim at the moment, sorry. This comes with a sponge and a mirror. I've got the same shade, and it's like really, really liquidy, but it's a compact format. So I tend to put that on all over, and then I'll get the brush and just dab where I need extra concealing. So the only reason I don't use these every day is because they're very expensive, I think. So I'm sure that was about £40 and this is about £30. If I did use these every day, they'd be gone in a few months, and I can't afford to get any more. So these I use for just special occasions. I wouldn't use them for nights out because I need more coverage and something with staying power, but I would use these for like if I've got maybe an important meeting at work, or maybe meeting someone for lunch on a weekend and want to look fresh faced. They're really, really great. They're just expensive. Okay, so nearly done. I discovered these Vichy Dermablend foundations in Boots, and I was drawn to them because I tried one of the other products. I tried a skincare product. I can't remember which one it was, and I really liked it. And so when I saw they did foundations, I was really curious. The shades aren't a fantastic selection again, but I've got the second to last darkest. I've got 45 gold and 55 bronze. The only thing with this, not the only thing, the good thing with this is that it tends to blend with your skin tone, whatever it is. So if I'm having whether it's a light day or a dark day, 45 gold seems to match and blend with the rest of my skin perfectly somehow. I got bronze, which is really, really dark. Excuse me. For when I have had a spray tan, and it is the perfect match. It's amazing. So I don't really know how to describe these, but I absolutely swear by these if I've got any spots. So I will switch from my Bushwire Healthy Mix, which is fantastic. But if I'm having, like, sometimes I get batches of spots that are really angry, really red, and they're in sort of clusters, so I don't just have the odd one. If I'm suffering from terrible skin, this conceals it all. It completely hides it, and you only need a tiny, tiny bit as well. The tube is really messy. That's the only thing I don't like about this product. But you sort of squeeze a little bit, and I use a stippling brush, and it just goes on sheer. It feels like a tinted moisturiser. It's the most lightweight foundation I've ever tried. It smells really nice, just really fresh and clean. It goes to a little bit of a powder finish, so you definitely don't need powder with it, but not drying, it's there. But what's amazing is it's the thickest coverage foundation I've ever used. I will only need to use a little bit, and it covers all my blemishes, all the shadows that the bumps may form, which sounds awful, but it just gets rid of all of those. It lasts about 24 hours. It's amazing. It's perfect. You must try this if you want like a perfect complexion. This is the one for you. It's in Boots. It's not in all Boots, mainly on the larger ones. I think it's about £15. But it's just so lightweight. Like, this to me feels like a tinted moisturiser, but the coverage is just fuller than full. Amazing. Okay, so my last foundation, and this is something that I just carry in my handbag for touch-ups if I need them, and it's by Elizabeth Arden, and it's in shade Honey Beige. It's their Flawless Finish makeup. Smells very, very perfumed, very old-fashioned, but I actually quite like that smell. I like smelling of roses and grandmas. It's very, very thick, and it's great for if you're in a rush. So this is, whilst these foundations are my go-to foundations every single day, so I'll put this on all over, and then if I've got a little bit of spottage, I'll apply a little bit of that. Or for night time, I'll use that on its own. But they aren't great for if you do need to reapply or if you're going out after work. So this is always in my handbag with a sponge, which has just fallen out. But you just rub it all over, and you can practically do it in the dark. It's that easy to apply. You just sponge all over, and you just get this absolute flawless canvas. It's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Really, really, really good range of shades as well. Honey Beige is perfect for me. And just absolutely gorgeous. Lasts a long time as well. Feels really creamy and thick and luxurious. It's just beautiful. I think they're about £20, but I've seen them in lots of those, you know, you get those quite cheap makeup shops. I think there's one called Extras and one called Look. They also sell them in body care and on the market and things like that for about a tenner. So you can get them for half price, and they're completely sealed. Nothing wrong with them. So yeah, another great product. And that's it. So I can't really, if I had to whittle it down to one favourite foundation, it would be Bushwire Healthy Mix, because it gives me a really nice glow, yet covers all the blemishes, which is what I need. But yeah, I tend to use a mixture of all of those that I've just shown you. So I'd be interested to know what you think of those products, if you've got on with any of them, or if there's any others that I haven't mentioned there that you highly recommend. Then yeah, leave your comments below and I'll get back to you.